So hi and welcome to the Restoration Shack. If you've not joined me before, my name is Mark. I'll just move that out of shot if I can. And I restore lowriders and my own vehicles. You're currently looking at the latest purchase. Apologies for road noise, it's parked on my drive. But the latest van, which for those of you that joined me before, you may see just across the road there in the distance our current van, which is a 2005 camper, which I've converted. There's a video link below or in the top screen, I can't see which. And it's getting a little, where we live we're getting clean air chargers, so it's starting to become where it's going to start charging us to drive it. So I bought this in anticipation and basically going to start converting this into our next camper. Apologies, one for road noise and also for the braking in videos. There's been a bit of stuff going on with work, and also I was involved in a car accident which has sort of did something to my shoulder, so I've not been able to really do much in the workshop. But what I'm doing today, I'm fighting fit again, is I've changed. It came with these alloys, which I'll take you around and show you. You can see on this side it's got these 16-inch, I think they're called Davenport VW alloys. There's quite a lot of gap between the tyre and the arch. It makes it look like it's like a 4x4 lifted van, and I don't want that. So I've actually got these, and the tyres are worn as well. So I've got these called GP Steels, which have a centre cap like that go in, and that's what we've got on the other van, and I quite like the look. I've just done the front and rear on this side, but I don't think these wheels, these Davenports, have been off from new, because I'm actually having to use a sledgehammer to from the back of it to do it. I think because they're aluminium or alloy, and the steel is kind of bonded, and there's a lip on the hub, so basically I'm having to knock the wheel past the hub. So today's jobs are get the other side done, get these GP Steels on, and then when I bought it, the interior has been stripped out because the company I bought it from, we're going to do a conversion. So inside it's pretty much empty and gutted. So I've got some sound deadening which I'll be putting in, and then I've got a set of panels which are in the front, if you can see in there. I've got a set of panels for it, so I'm going to be putting those on throughout the course of this video, and then we'll probably just catch up on other projects and what's going on. So let me get you on the stand and I'll carry on. You have to excuse my look, but this is my work gear for working on this stuff outside. So most of this will be probably high speed, because you don't want to see me changing tyres, but it's just the principle of it. So these have got like a plastic cap on them. We'll return that in a minute. Like a little nut, it just goes over the wheel bolts, just to make it, I think it's like a dress up to make it look better. I think these have been on since the van was new. Again, apologies for the road noise outside, but what I'm working with, because I can't get this in the workshop. These are on tight, too tight. Get this off. So the wheels I'm taking off are 16-inch, and the tyre size, if you can find it, 205 65 16s, and these are C-rated, which I don't know if I've looked that in yet, but I hope they're van rated. I think they are with Davenports. I think they only go on the vans. And a useful tip, I don't know if you guys can see that, but these nuts that have got the collar on are actually on VW is quite a good idea, because you can use these with steel wheels and alloy wheels, so you only need one type of wheel nut for it. Took a little bit of finding out, but that's actually a good thing. So these are good for steel and alloy, where some of them You have to have specific for alloy because it has that collar so it doesn't cut into the alloy wheel. This is when the fun bit will come, because I don't think this wheel's going to drop off either, so I'm going to have to persuade it. Yeah, that is on there. So what's happening is the alloys sort of bonded to the on the hub with like a collar it sits on, a positioning collar. Because it being on there that long, the alloy I think has got a little bit of corrosion. It's actually lipped onto there. So all I'm doing is taking a lump hammer at the back and I'm hitting the tyre and trying not to hit the wheel because I don't want to damage the wheel. So I'll put this here in an attempt to sort of limit the damage to the wheel because I might want to sell them on. So I'm just going to take the hammer, oops, not the grass, take the hammer and just rotate the wheel and hit the wheel at the tyre. That will come off quite easily. So these are what's going on. These are called, back so you can see, this is called the GP Steel. It's a standard Volkswagen steel wheel with this in-cut, and this is what we've got on the other van, and I do actually just like the look of it with the black centre caps. Just a nice clean tidy look. These have got Continental Van Contactor Ecos on. The size is 215/60 R17s. So basically all I'm going to do is put those on, but first of all what I'm going to do is just tidy up the brake disc. It's a small amount, you end up with a bit of corrosion on the outsides and a lip sometimes, so I'm just basically going to file around and take that corrosion off the end, just so you don't damage the brake pads. Ensuring they don't contaminate or damage the brake surface. Just run this around the outside. Break off any of this loose brake. Better. Check the front pads as well, they are half, there's 50% left on them, just over. Get rid of this, I'm not filing, I'm just basically cleaning. I'm just taking the surface off, I'm not actually filing down through the metal, just getting this corrosion off. Now with the steel wheels on it, you shouldn't get that again. Sat quite high until you take it out and the suspension settles, but that seems pretty good. Just tighten these. It's probably overkill having a locking wheel nut on them, but I've got it. It was on the alloys, so I'm not going to use it. I always do it with a cross brace after, because that's how I've always done them, and I know tension. Put them on with a big bar like that, you end up putting too much on. I'll try. They're on. Finally, we've just got centre cap. That finishes it off nice. So I think what I'll do is, I'm not going to make you endure the back wheel. I'll bring you back if there's any issues with it. But you've seen me do one, you've seen me do them all. So I'll bring you back when we've got that on. So we're done. I think it looks far better once I've took it round and given it a quick drive round. The suspension is settled. A bit more meat in the arches, a bit more tyre in the arch. So yeah, I'll put a picture here of what they looked like before. And now here's after. So I'm happy with that. The tyres that I've took off, these Davenports, a couple of them were just about on the limit anyway. I think I've got about 2 or 3 mil left on them. There's a couple that are really good. The bottom ones there have got, look like nearly new, maybe 6 mil on them. So yeah, pretty good result. Somebody will be hopefully happy to have those. I think what I'll do is I'll tidy up all my tools, makes a change to actually tidy up while I'm going, and then get washed up because black. And then basically make a start on the interior. I'll show you the sound deadening and we'll get some of that thrown in. Right, so I've got washed up, lights set up. It takes me longer to set cameras and lights up these days than to actually do the job, but I'll show you what we've got. So I'm going to be doing, in a minute, if you hear this, hopefully that comes across on camera, that is really tinny, and every panel that you hit is the same. They're just really, there's a lot of, because this van is empty at the minute. When I was driving it home yesterday, it was like having a washing machine on full spin in the back of the van. The droning noise. I at one point thought it was wheel bearings, but there's a test you can do with loading it, and it didn't. It just was constant. I think it was just the drone of the panels vibration and stuff like that, and the noise. So what I did is, for the Beetle, which if you've not seen my other videos, please check that out. I'm doing a 1956 oval. I've actually bought sound deadening for that, which comes in little sheets like this. This is gold. This it's like a foil backing. It's like a tar, sticky adhesive tar on there, and then basically you put that on and they give you a roller which came free with it, and you sort of roll it into all the on the contours and stuff like that. So I've got 30 sheets, which should be enough to just take some of the noise off this until I order some more, because I hadn't planned to start doing this, but I've got a long drive tomorrow in this and I can't do that with this noise. So basically I'm going to put in maybe a couple in each panel here, a couple in the bottom panel, some on this, some on the roof. The lower sections of the back doors I'll do, which I think are just in shot. I can't get the camera any further forward because of the seats. We might just be able to see the lower section of the door there. The top, I might put a small amount in, but I'm actually planning to have those cut out. I might do it myself actually. I did the last ones. Cut those out and put in rear windows, pretty much like we've got here with the side windows that are in. And then there'll be some insulation going in, which is usually 10mm insulation on top of this, which is, I think it's a 2mm. And then any of the voids, there's something called, I think it's called Dacron, which is like a fibrous stuff that you get in some pillows. It's like a man-made fibre. You put that into the cavities and that also does sound deadening and insulation. And then I've got the panels, which are behind the camera. I'm going to try and put those on today to also reduce the vibration. So today it'll be just this sound deadening. I don't have the insulation yet. So it'll be this and the panels on, just to try and reduce it. I'll probably put something down on the floor as well. And then at a later date, take the panels off, put the insulation in, and also carpet the panels and show you how I do that. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it, but you know, I can show you as I'm doing it. And this, I'll hopefully do you a full camper conversion set of videos on this, which should be interesting. But enough chat, more work. Let's get on with this. So basically all I'll do is peel the backing off, find a spot, stick it on, and then I tend to roller it just to make sure it's on. and then repeat. And if you listen to the difference, or in one that hasn't got any sound deadening on, you can tell it's a deader sound. Now in the last fan I actually did every square inch I could find of it, but what I might do is, because I'm limited on what I've got, is just do enough to get as many panels covered to deaden it, and then when I get some more it's actually go in and just fill in the gaps. At the minute this is just an emergency thing just to try and get me some sort of sound deadening. So anyway, I'll carry on, I'll high speed it, you'll see what I'm doing, and then I'll bring you back. So that's one side. I'm not going to say it's done because there are gaps. I've tried to leave them so I can actually put sections in as I cut the new stuff. There's many different brands out there. I can't remember what this is. I think it's just a generic one off eBay, but it's what it'll do for what I need. Like I say, it takes a bit off. So I'm just going to complete the side, and then what I'll probably do is just give you a tour around the van before we start putting the panels in. So it seems no matter how long I've been making YouTube videos, good or bad, I still can't do basic things like press the record button when I want to record and press it when I don't want to. So what I managed to do when I was talking away about doing all this side and the ceiling, I managed to take a picture of myself rather than do a video. We'll get there, bear with me, I'm still new to it, 18 months in. So less chatter. I've got the sound deadening in there. It's not butting up to each other, but it's good enough for what I need now. I've got 4 pieces up there. I'll fill the gaps in there. I'll put some in the recess back there, some in the back door. I haven't done the top panel, as I say, because I'm yet to decide what to do with those. I think they'll become windows. I put 1 piece behind there, and then I've just repeated on this side. We've got in the voids and in the on the panel, and then in the door, which is what I was videoing to show you, I've actually done the whole door, and then I've got, I think, 7 panels left. So I've just basically done the roof section best I can, just to take some of the deadness off. And what I've done is I've staggered it, so you've got 1 out, 1 in, and then things. So basically you don't just have them all in a line, and dead spots I've tried to sort of move them about, so you kind of deadening it in different areas. So I think it's, whatever happens, it's going to be better than it was. So what I'm going to do now is try and climb out without dropping the camera. There's still quite a lot of, I don't know if you can see on the floor there, dirt, and then behind this panel here, this is filthy. I didn't expect it to be bad when I bought it. I mean, I paid good money for this, and the attention to detail isn't quite there as what I'd like. So I'm going to get it washed and then get these panels. I mean, the steps down here are filthy as well. I've got damage to this door card, which I did know about. There's some pretty bad scuff, so I'm looking for a new door card for this, because that's the one under there is terrible. So I don't know what it is that's done it, but it's pretty chewed up, so that's no good. So you can just wash it out, get these panels on, and then we'll come back. So I've now got all the panels in. I've put a bit of cardboard down, and I just line the bottom just to quieten some carpet, just short term. But I've got the panels in. I didn't realise I've not got the top panels. Well, I'll pick some of those up. You can get a full panel that goes from the bottom here right up to the top, a full panel, rather than the 2 separates. But I'll sort that out. As I said, I haven't got the back ones, as I know. Done the lower one this side. I've just got to do a bit of cutting on it, because this panel is actually for T6.1. I've got a T6, so that hole that you see there is too small for the actual mechanism, so I've just got to open that out a bit, and that'll go on. And then I've done this side and the little infill panels which you see there. So next thing is test drive it and see if it's quieter. So that about wraps it up for this one. You've seen me doing the things. I've since, actually it's a couple of days have passed, but I've actually been and bought, or got second hand, a mat, thick rubber mat. You can see the thickness of that, just to remove some of the road noise while I'm driving, just as a temporary measure, so I get the proper flooring in. And also I've had a little delivery come. So there's many places on the internet you can buy stuff from, you know, sort of upholstery and stuff like that. So what I've got is I've got another pack of the sound deadening. I think this is actually probably a silver in colour. There's 3 packs in there. Just see, 3 packs of this. So I think they're slightly bigger sheets. So that's going to do the floor, and I'll fill in the gaps, and then the remainder will go for the Beetle. I've then got this, which I think was, let's see if I can open it. So this is called from something called Vandalized, which is a company that do all sort of interior trimming. There's lots of others out there, so I'm not affiliated to these in any way. You've got Harrison's, which most people use. The only reason I've gone with this is when I did the other van, I actually used this before. So I've got this, which is insulation, and then this, which is like a 4-way stretch carpet in a graphite grey. Hopefully that shows up. Now the only reason, as I say, I've gone with this is because I've still got some of the carpet left from the last install. So basically it'd match. Now if I'd bought this and I'd got another brand, and the chances are that even though it says it's the same colour, you do get variances in the shade. So I've just gone so it's matched. I'm just trying to open this with one hand. Don't realise how difficult things are until you're trying to one-handedly open a package. But this stuff, I'll tell you what, I'll open it and bring you back. This is a 10-metre roll of foam back insulation. It's actually not the one I thought it was, but it came into the kit and the price was decent enough, so I'll probably put this on and then buy some of the other stuff. There's some stuff you get that's foil backed. So basically I'm going to be sticking this over the panel areas, and this sort of gives me a little bit of insulation. I'm also going to be using something called Dacron, which is like a fibre insulation as well, to fill in the voids, and then panel it, and then it'll be put in this carpet. I'll just bring this out a bit into the light so you can see the colour. I don't know if that shows up. It's like a greyish colour. It's not very dark, but it's not the lightest they do. I think they do a smoke one, which is very light. So I think that about wraps it up for this video. Apologies it's been so long since I made one, but obviously circumstance, and just sort of getting myself back to being able to sort of do tools and stuff. But we're getting there, and there'll be more stuff coming. But so I'd like to thank you for being with me. Thank you for bear with me while it's been, I think, about 4 months since the last video. So hopefully this has been useful and shows you what's coming up, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. So I think first, before we start doing any more on the van, I need to get in here and get stuff sorted, because obviously I've just been throwing things in here, not tidying out. So we've got remnants of a building project here, which I've got to sort out outside. This is a box of extended size clips. So when you do the carpeting, 4-way carpeting of the van panels, it actually obviously adds the thickness of the carpet. So these clips are there so you can actually still put your panels back in. Don't think any explanation needed to that. That's an upcoming project I got started into primer and then didn't get any further. I'm going to be doing a little bit to this today, so hopefully I'll make another video, which, if you haven't seen this, there's a few videos on this. This is a 1956 project I'm doing, and then the rest of the garage is just full of crap. So I'm just going to basically doing a start, clearing out and sorting out and putting stuff away. Done a little bit more on the engine build, and then I've upgraded my compressor, so I've got lots of fittings and stuff on here which need to be done to the airlines and tools, and then my old, it's just a mess. So I think that's the first thing I'll do. I'm not going to bother recording that, but again, there'll be more videos coming soon, and should be more often now I'm back. Again, thanks for staying with me, and the help and the support is really appreciated, and the comments. Cheers, thanks, bye.